Welcome everyone to the PJ's Cast. I'm your host Piers, alongside of my good co-host Dylan Rose. How are we today on this fine August 30th on a Wednesday?
Oh, just the most exciting, obviously.
There's so much happening right now in the sports world. It's
You're
just
right. The
crazy.
waiver wire in the NFL, ooh, very very exciting. Very got me all frantic this morning to see the Bears got.
Oh, when you said waiver wire, I thought we were going to talk about a team in baseball called the Los Angeles Angels.
Are we going
But
to? We could do that.
we can do that. We can start off with that.
Okay, baseball watcher. Let's go
No,
crazy.
not as of recent. No, the Blue Jays are probably not going to make the playoffs now, and I'm disappointed. So I've just stopped watching the games with so much intent. I'm just like, I'll tune in every once in a while. They beat the Nationals 7-0 today, but anyways, let's laugh at a team that's worse than the Toronto Blue Jays, the Los Angeles Angels. So late July, they made their big push. They traded for Chicago White Sox Lucas Giolito and I think Reynaldo Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
And then they traded from other guys from the Rockies. I think it was like Grichuk, former Blue Jay, and I think CJ Cron. They put Lucas Giolito, Reynaldo Lopez on waivers alongside of like Hunter Renfroe, Rendell Grichuk, I think a couple other guys. So they basically put a starting pitcher, relief pitcher, and then you put like a couple outfielders on the waiver block after like the month before, where you're like, okay, it's Shohei Ohtani's last year on this team, probably. Let's go all in. Let's push everything in. Maybe get the final wild card spot, and maybe do something. Because when you get there, you never know what happened. And they are on a playoff spot right now. As a matter of fact, they are doing that, and they are well below 500.
Yeah, that's what happens when you make it's going to be a front office decision that sets back the team at least a half a decade again, because you're not retaining Ohtani. And on top of that, now he's got a torn UCL. Trout's hurt again.
Yeah. Not only that,
you're right back to square one.
Yeah. Not only that, you bring up the torn UCL, where it was like Ohtani didn't want to get it, and then the Angels front office was like, bro, we offered him the surgery. I'm like, no, I don't think Ohtani's going back, guys.
not a chance. And like on top of that, the whole thing of trying to compete in that division is ridiculous. Like the Mariners hit a hot streak.
The Mariners are
still really good.
God,
not even mentioning the Astros. Like they're delusional. They were never going to make the playoffs, even if they traded for like Aaron Judge or did what the Padres did last year. I don't even think that's enough. They have so many holes in that roster.
Oh boy.
Padres fell back down to earth, but
they really fell off. So yeah, the Angels are 64 and 70. They are 12 games back of a wild card spot.
Nope.
And my Toronto Blue Jays are 3 games back of a wild card spot. It's pain. Who fucking knows? I've just like.
And then the White Sox allow active shooters into their fucking ballpark. So. Talking about baseball. Yeah. Sorry, like sports so fucking dead to me for the rest of the year. Oh my god, it's football season.
Why don't we talk about a certain shortstop on the Tampa? No, let's not. Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, the third case that dropped. Holy, that's sport reach, dude. Jeez.
The George W. Bush picture, sir. There's a third accusation. Like, let's talk about football. Let's go to football. What are we thinking about the pigskin?
The pigskin?
College football starts tomorrow. I mean, it already started, but like it officially starts tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
A couple big games, and then NFL starts in a week. For a week from tomorrow will be Lions Chiefs. But doesn't seem like there's going to be a big move blurring in the NFL. Like, I don't think Jonathan Taylor is going to get moved before week 1. I don't think Chris Jones is going to get moved.
Who was the guy who got moved? The quarterback. I'm completely blanking out on the name. There's probably been multiple trades.
If you said the team, I could probably help you out. But you talking about Trey Lance?
Yes. That's
okay. Yeah. So I guess that's a big move because Trey Lance. We all thought he was going to get moved before week 1, but I think Dallas is actually a really good spot for him. I think his play style is almost identical to Dak's, just like earlier in Dak's career when he used his mobility more. So I think that's a perfect spot for him to learn and to learn under Mike McCarthy. They have weapons for him to learn off of. And if Dak gets hurt, he's going to get a chance with that team. And if he knocks it out of the park, then you might have found a diamond in the rough. But his thing is there's no pressure anymore going to Dallas. There was always going to be pressure in San Francisco because he was traded for all these picks. He was not traded for all these picks in Dallas. He was traded for a fourth. So I think he could still, like, I've seen quarterbacks like Ryan Tannehill turn around with the new team after they looked like they were not going to work in Miami. I've also seen quarterbacks be like journeymen after this. We'll see what route Trey Lance takes, but I think he's still got potential in this league for sure.
Yeah, and if you're looking at Dak's career, like there's likely a chance you're going to play at least 3-4 games.
Yep.
You know, so it kind of just fits for him in about every way. Yeah,
agreed. Cooper Rush came in the last 2 years, so
I'm not gonna it's beating a dead horse, but like what a disaster by the 49ers just overall with that. Trade 3 first-round picks to get him as a top 3 pick. What was it, 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2021.
Oh my God. It's been 2 Pierce, imagine the Hawks traded 3 first-round picks to get up to number 3 and then pick Kirby Doc and then traded him for a 4th round pick 2 years
It's
later.
worse than Doc. Doc's at least a player.
No,
how do I put this? What league has the least amount of games per season? Because that's what happened with Trey Lance. Trey Lance had like 200 snaps at quarterback in college. So this would be like, I guess, Shane Wright. Honestly, it's Shane Wright. If Shane Wright kind of plateaus like he did this year, but I don't think he's going to. But like, it's that type of thing where he's had such little playing time because of COVID and being in a different league and being the backup for 2 years that like he just needs reps. So like, well, I mean, we'll see. Like, I think it's honestly worse than drafting like Doc because at least Doc's serviceable right now. Like, we haven't even seen Trey Lance show that he can be serviceable, and that's not against him. That's just he's started 4 games. So
yeah, he hasn't had any reps.
No,
not at all.
If there's anything we've learned about sports, we should go off a super small sample size to determine if something is good or bad. I think. Personally.
Oh, which exactly brings to the point. Tyson Bagent is the new Jim McMahon. Bears are going to the Super Bowl next year. Can't wait for it.
He's fine. He's fine. If Fields goes down, we're still screwed. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Well, of course.
Yeah. I was surprised that they caught Walker though, because he got claimed immediately. So.
Oh yeah, who took him?
The Browns. So. It's with Massage Watson. We'll see how that goes.
The one that surprised me, I think Bailey Zappi, wasn't he cut?
Yeah, but he went back to the practice squad. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of teams do that where they just waive them, and if they clear waivers, they'll bring them back. Like that's kind of what the Bears are trying to do with Peterman, but.
Yeah. The horse is here.
Peter.
Gotta have your Nathan Peterman.
Peter, you threw a 5th interception in this football game.
This is worse than that one time I fumbled it at the line.
This is the worst than that one time I played the Chargers.
This is worse than that game that Patrick Starr was commentating.
Right. Oh my gosh.
What was he?
Here's Russ Wilson. Oh
no. They're doing that again this year. I can't wait. Honestly,
they need to do
that. What game is it?
I think it's the other Christmas because they always do a kid game on Christmas Day now. So
it's pretty friggin' sweet.
I don't know what game it is.
Game. That's for the grown-ups, okay? The kids don't get SpongeBob.
It was pretty funny, honestly, especially since that game was terrible.
What's the meme where it's like intended audience? It's like kids and the actual audience. It's just all grown ups.
It's so true though.
But their football jerseys.
Like those kid things work. Like they did it for the NHL last year with that one show, and now that show is bringing on Brad Marchand.
Isn't they doing like the Roblox?
Brad Marchand and Tim Robinson in the same show.
Tim Robinson is just getting his bag, and I love him.
Dean Norris in there.
Dean Norris is in there. Shut up.
Yeah, he is.
Oh my god, it's the most meme cast of all time. Jeez. Get Danny DeVito in there next.
Hey, Gomi. We're in this new Disney cartoon with a hockey player.
Oh my god. Dean Norris, please don't bust it down in the new City Greens game.
They're minerals.
Oh my gosh. I guess we should talk about hockey.
Why don't we talk about a big big transaction that happened.
Yeah,
Between three teams.
What's Simone Benoit to the Leafs? Come on,
No.
Let's go! Hey! Not only him, but
Yoki Ranta
Daniel made a
PTO.
video.
Yoki Ranta PTO.
No, okay, we'll get into the big. I gotta pull up this move because it's this.
Oh, I already pulled it up because
All
I
right,
don't
good.
remember.
All right, let's read through it.
Kyle Dubas, masterclass.
right. So, Pittsburgh acquires defenseman Erik Karlsson.
What?
Hey, not only that, former what would have been Calder Trophy winner Rem Pitlick, forward Dylan Hamaliak, I don't know, and San Jose's 2026 third-round draft pick. San Jose acquires Pittsburgh's 2024 first-round draft pick, top 10 predicted. Forward Mikael Granlund, defenseman Jan Ruda, former Blackhawks legend Jan
Stanley
Ruda,
Cup champion Jan Ruda.
Boom. And after all these years, Mike Hoffman is finally going to San Jose.
Funniest part of the whole trade. Funniest part of the whole trade, dude. Oh my gosh.
Finally, I can take it out of the closet. Thank you.
And then Jeff Petrie's going back to the Habs, baby. Let's go.
Yes,
for like
sir.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
What, Detroit, was it?
Yeah. So now he gets to get fucking tied to Sherrod again.
Where else was I going to go?
Third time in
Detroit?
his career. Detroit has like 10 defensemen. They really must expect no one to stay healthy this year. Like,
No, they saw the Avalanche.
because like I forgot they got Gostisbehere too. So
Oh my God, they did.
yeah, they got an interesting defense.
And they got some dude named Justin Hall. And then they got like
Sherrod Hull against the Leafs will move mountains. I
Oli
promise you.
Mata.
No, they won't move at all. What are you talking about?
You got to think Mata gets moved eventually. He seems like the odd man out there.
They all seem like odd men out.
Or he just makes like $3 million chilling in the press box because like that sounds like the life, honestly.
Oh,
Or you'll get paid more if you get sent to the AHL. Actually, you know what? Oli Mata's in a pretty good spot. Never mind. I don't know how it was flipped to the Red Wings. Sorry. But
So defensemen, the Red Wings have Ben Sherratt 3 years left with a modified no trade clause. Shane Gostisbehere 1 year with modified no trade clause. Justin Hall 3 years with a modified no trade clause.
damn.
Jake Wallman 3 years with a modified
Damn.
no trade clause. Oli Mata 2 years left.
Damn.
Jeff Petrie's 2 years left, and they have Mort Sire who they got to sign next year.
How is Simon Evanson ever going to get up in this roster?
He isn't.
God.
He's going to
Okay.
be traded to the Blackhawks.
You know
for,
what?
like,
I gave
don't
the
know.
you know what?
Let's go.
I gave the
Congrats on
Devils so much smack for like I thought they were going to stopgap Nemec. Sorry, that's what Detroit's doing right now with Edvinsson.
Not only Edvinsson, but William Wallinder, and they have like a couple other guys that could be decent, like Albert Johansson. So
Like, that's ridiculous, man. Like, I get it. Injuries happen. It's nice to have a bunch of NHL defensemen on a roster. But now when they're taking your young guy's spot that you spent a ton
there's got to be at
pick
least
on.
one open roster spot for one of
Whoa.
those guys. There's not even a roster room for like veteran guys to get. in.
Can't
That's
even
how
be
many
a seventh.
guys
Like,
they
what the
have,
hell?
I was gonna say, like, it's not just that they have a lot of bodies, they have bodies that they're paying money to.
Yeah, it's
Was
not.
it at least $3 million for 4 of those guys?
Yeah.
Come
Oh, yeah.
on.
And they haven't even paid
And
Sager
term and movement clauses and yeah, they have.
I'm not going to be the idiot that counts off Yzerman, but I think it's fair to say it's just very confusing what he's doing right now.
I mean, I get it. You got to hit the floor. Anaheim was doing these moves too. Like they gave Confer 5 years. They gave Kopp 5 years. Like for a team that doesn't have elite centers in the prospect pool, I get that. Like, I guess Casper they got 2 years ago. So
Nate
they have
Danielson.
one. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't count that
Elite
as an elite center,
centerman,
yeah.
Nate Danielson.
They have
He can be
centers.
elite. He could be elite. I don't think he's going to
Hey,
be right
he's
now.
good in my
Sean.
sheet league, so that must count for something.
Listen,
Connor Bedard said he's hard to play against, so you know.
the way they talk about him, you think he's 6'5". He's 6'1". Like it's just I don't know. Whatever.
He's 5'13".
Detroit's gonna be fine. I just don't like. I'm curious to see which one of these young guys is gonna be the guy to put him over the top because it's not gonna be Justin Hall. It's not gonna be Jeff Petrie. Like someone else is gonna have to step up in this mix. And I guess Bagerin could take a step. I guess I don't know if Casper will make the team this year, but he'd be the other one.
He got a couple of games, I think, last year.
Oh yeah, and then he got hurt. Forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, they have that DeBrincat fella. I don't think we talked about that the last podcast, but whatever.
I think we did.
We might have. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, DeBrincat's a DeBrinket's gonna be fun with Larkin. That's for sure.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, you're gonna have Larkin, Raymond on the right, DeBrinket on the left, most likely.
I would think so. Yeah. I don't know why you'd play. I do not get the idea of playing DeBrinket on his right side. You need to utilize that one timer.
Yeah, and Raymond's fantastic on the right side, anyways. So, kind of puzzle pieces like those two should be perfect together.
And I like Strong in the
bad.
bottom six. He's not bad. I just don't think he's going to put up 25-on-5 goals again.
Yeah,
seems like a interesting bet. Oh well.
The Red Wings are just. I was just gonna say the Red Wings are like in that weird spot where they've gotten prospects. Like they have a decent prospect pool. Like they're on the precipice. They're in that weird like stage. Like what are you? Are you
the mushy middle? The brown.
That's what I was trying to say. Perfect word, mushy middle. Like I don't think they're that far off from being good, but then I think they're pretty far off from being great. Like they're not bad, but they're probably not going to make the playoffs, especially in that. Like I don't know really how to get a read on the Red Wings.
You can't make, and you're in a division with the Ottawa Senators. You're never making.
You are. Let's talk about the Ottawa Senators. I know you love talking about the Ottawa Senators so much.
Oh, I do. I do like talking about them. It does feel my soul in a way to talk badly on the Ottawa Senators because I and many others. It's crazy because I cheer for the Leafs, right? You think that of anybody out there, I would be the one that doesn't care when other teams are overrating their players. And calling for the playoffs. We're going to make the playoffs. The rebuild's over. The rebuild's over. The rebuild's over.
Summer of Pierre.
This is maybe the third summer in a row that I've seen Ottawa Senators fans. I don't know if it's just a Twitter thing, but it's all over that app that they're in the playoffs. Tim Stützle's better than Austin Matthews. Alex DeBrincat fucking sucks. He was the worst player ever, and it's totally fine that we didn't get anything for him. Shane Pinto is Patrice Bergeron. He's not yet, but he will be because he is. He's the next Patrice Bergeron. Don't forget that. What? Pierce left because I said so many bad things about his team. Oh, no.
Vladimir Tarasenko is going to go back to his 80-point pace 2 years ago, even though there's no proof of that going to happen. Yes. Dominic Kubalik is actually whatever. They can live in that fantasy world all they want until the season starts. Like everyone, that was what I was going to say about the NFL too. Like everyone gets 3 months where they get to gas their own team up so much. And then
just
the
like
first
me with the Blue Jays
happen.
in the off season.
We just talked about this with me and you, Dylan. We talked about the fucking Bears with this. Bears fans do this every off season when we have anything promising. They take it and they run a mile. It's incredible.
I mean, I think 85% of the fan base isn't expecting the team to be better than 500. They're just being very vocal about specific things, which I don't like.
Very much a vocal minority. It's a very vocal one. And I'm sure that's what it is with Sens fans. But holy cow, again.
I don't know, man. A level-headed Sens fan is very hard to come by nowadays, I think.
I said this to you guys. I don't understand. As someone who watches the Leafs year in, year out, why in the fucking hell would you ever want to compare yourself to the Leafs? Why?
Because who wouldn't want to be the center of the hockey universe?
The Goliath to your David. I don't understand it. It's crazy that there's a team that's obsessed with the Leafs. Like usually, we're obsessed with everybody because we're the same.
Because Austin Matthews is taking Timmy Stutz's fucking screen time, bud. Come on now. This is why they don't talk about Stützle enough and how he had 90 points.
Yeah,
man. That's so great. Why don't we go look at how many people had 90 points?
Stützle had 8 years. What a steal and a bargain of a contract, I say.
Dude, if I was a Sabres fan, I'd just be flaunting the Tage Thompson contract in their face. And if I was a Devils fan, I'd be flaunting the Jack Hughes contract in their face. Y'all need to read the room. Also, I want to go ahead and count something real quick. Because let's see how many points Stützle had. What do you have? 90? There were 18 more players with more points than him. Cool. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Yeah, top player in the league, not even top 15. Give me a break.
You know what the Ottawa Senators are to me? They are Little Caesars. They're Little Caesars pizza. If I didn't have people in my ears saying the Ottawa Senators, you're going to be the best team ever. If we didn't have Ottawa Senators fans in my ears on the Twitter timeline being like, "Oh, this team is so good." I'd be like, you know what? This team is actually a pretty good, fun team to root for, but
I've enjoyed
the
like,
fan base, ruin it.
There's like they've been doing the rebuild fairly well. Like this is pretty good for a team that was
They
in,
got
like,
pieces,
one of
man.
the
They got
worst spots a
pieces.
franchise in this league has ever been in with Eugene Melnick. They were at rock fucking bottom. So good. You're here where you are. You're outside the playoffs. You probably make it within the next 3 years. You'd hope so, at least. And there's a likely chance that happens. You got a budding star in Tim Stützle, Claude Giroux still doing Claude Giroux things. I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know how that fan base just really they don't grind my gears, but they sure spin them. You know, I don't know. Very interesting.
Get them rotating.
Yeah. I don't know, but I do. Yeah, I don't know. I like that team a lot. I wish that I could like them and enjoy them more.
It's just such a shame they won't shut up because they legitimately have like a cool, fun team. Like you look at their defense, they have Jake Sanderson, who might be one of the better young defensemen in the NHL. I think they did pretty good with the Chikrin trade. Like obviously we mentioned Stützle and Kachuk, and like Josh Norris is going to be healthy. Like they got pieces.
And we didn't even mention Thomas Chabot, who's one of the better offensive defensemen in the entire league. Like this is a very solid team.
Just stop talking, Sens fans, please.
But Pierce,
you're making your kind look bad.
Pierce.
I say that as
Anton Forsberg.
Let your team speak for you.
Anton Forsberg is a quality starter. Okay, don't forget that.
Jonas Korpisalo is going to save the day, even though he's been arguably the most inconsistent goaltender in the last 5 years, next to Martin Jones.
Oh my gosh!
Sure.
So we definitely tangented away from.
Surely Martin Jones isn't in the same division and on a team of the rival of the Senators, though.
Anyways, Carlson trade. Let's get more into that. We completely got away from that. We need to talk about Kyle Dubas.
More like Kyle Doofus.
Don't say that.
More like
dude.
Kyle
Doofus. Like when you say that.
Owned.
Let's look at the Penguins' moves this 2023 offseason.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Google boys.
Ryan Graves, Erik Karlsson, Noel Acciari.
I'm pretty sure that's what they said in Moneyball. You can't be a Google boy.
Google boy, huh? Okay.
I think that's what he said. Or
Stat boy.
Stat nerd.
All right. 2023-24 Pittsburgh Penguins transactions. All right.
You know what's pretty friggin' sweet? Connor Bedard will get to play Sidney Crosby on the first game of the season, and Evgeny Malkin and Erik Karlsson. I think that's pretty friggin' sweet, guys.
What's this? Sweet. Erik Karlsson's playing a very good goal scorer in his first NHL game. What could possibly go wrong?
I know
at home
of this. Lieber Hayek has got a PTO with the Penguins.
Surely his team lost that game, didn't they?
Surely he won't turn the puck over to him and get walked. Like that won't happen. Certainly. Except, yeah, they won that game. They did win that.
I remember listening to like the Steve Dangle podcast. He was just like, with age, that just gets worse and worse every time I hear that.
Freaking lost.
They lost the Austin Matthews 4-goal game
because no one else could score. Gee, it sounds like the current team.
Wait.
Oh, jeez.
Did the Pens get Teddy Bluger back?
No, I don't know.
Did they? I don't know. I think he went to Vancouver, didn't he?
Did he?
I think he did.
Yeah, no, I completely. Okay, no, never mind. Looking at the wrong timeline. Oh, oops, my bad. I went back to the trade deadline. Oopsie.
Yeah.
We're doing good, guys. Yeah, he's Teddy Bluger. Stanley Cup champion Teddy Bluger is on
the
Yeah, because that's going to put him over the top.
Same with Brian Dumoulin, I think, signed there. Or did he sign with... I can't...
I thought it was Carson Soucy.
Carson Soucy, that's who it was.
Dumoulin was the Kraken, I think.
That's what I'm mixing up my Kraken.
Oh, dude, thank goodness. Guys, it turns out the Dubas extended Nylander April 29th. It's okay, Leafs fans. That happened. It's not Alex and the Penguins.
And it wasn't the last regime.
Let's see. Smith traded.
But I mean, like they've had a couple. Like they got decent bottom six depth this year with like Acciari, and then they got at least a defensive pairing worth of people.
Surely
on the back
Acciari
end.
wouldn't get tripped.
And St. Louis won't score, and it won't be unbelievable. No, they had one other free agent move that's slipping my mind. I'm about to go look.
Well,
Because
I
it's
like that
gonna-
they got Hinestroza.
Yeah, there it
Andreas
is.
Janssen, Will Butcher. I really like those sweet moves. Like I know
That was
Butcher
like
is
me
more
and
up on
NHL
end.
19 GM mode getting Will Butcher and Andreas Janssen for the Blackhawks.
Traded for Riley
Alternate
Smith.
reality.
Traded for Riley Smith and signed Lars Eller also. Lars Eller was the one I was forgetting. Like, they just literally threw a bunch of money at a box six forward.
I forgot Riley Smith. That's a
Tristan
solid.
Jarry signed 5 years. And they signed Libor Hayek, Mark Pissick, and former Blackhawk legend Austin Wagner to tryouts.
Good old Mark Pisser.
Let's go.
Yeah, no,
What
I
a
mean,
hat
I
trick
just
once.
like I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a trained Dubasite, but I don't know. I think that like he's done a great job fleshing out that team. I mean, the issue with them last year was that there just wasn't really anything aside from their stars. They just didn't get anything from that bottom six. I mean, defensively a little shaky, but I don't know. I feel like,
They also conceded a goal to Buddy Robinson to miss the playoffs.
and that's when you bring in Kyle Dubas. I don't like. I obviously people are throwing out the whole like last dance thing because that's kind of funny to say because the Bulls, all that. But realistically, what do we think this team's doing next year? Do we think they even make the playoffs?
No.
No.
I can name 10 teams off the top of my head that I think will make it in the East before them. Like,
I'd probably mostly agree, but I don't know. I feel like the NHL, we all know you get in there, you never know. I'm very interested to see what happens with this team. I mean, they're already as messy as they are, and they just got the most lopsided offensive defenseman in the entire league. Like, it's going to be chaos.
I respect the chaos. Is it going to work? I don't know.
No.
It remains to be seen, but I respect the chaos.
They are strapping the rocket to 3 players who have never played a full 82. Last year was the only year ever where Crosby and Malkin played a full 82 together.
I didn't even know
That's not happening again. You can't bank on 3 35-year-olds to stay healthy.
And funny enough, that was the only year they've missed the playoffs.
Crazy how that works. And also, like, you're banking on, God bless him, but made of glass, Erik Karlsson. Like,
yeah, God bless him. Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know. The one bad injury, that team's fallen off the rocker, and that could even go in net too because Alex Nedeljkovic is a fine backup, I guess, but like, does that mean you're starting Tristan Jarry 55 games
I'm
this
not
year?
inspired by that.
Nope.
good way to put it, Pierce. Not very inspiring. That's the one spot that I was very confused by is what are we doing? Like, what are they doing with the goalies? Jarry's fine, but Alex Nedeljkovic like stunk out loud last year. It wasn't
That's because he was on the
close.
Red Wings.
And he was
pretty sure
bad the year before too. Like he's not been anything since the one outlier of a year he had,
which was in the shortened season on Carolina with that defensive system.
Nailed it. Yep.
Maybe Carolina knows what they're doing.
Interesting strategy, Cotton. I love the Dubas just came in there, went all the fuck out. I respect it. Like you said, I respect the chaos.
Oh, true.
He did it in Toronto too. He signed Tavares. That was his first move.
Yeah. Come on, man. Like, if you're gonna take a team that was as boring as the Penguins were last year, spice it up a little bit. He definitely did that. Adding the star, Andreas Janssen.
They'll be, I think, at the top of like must-watch teams. Like they'll be a fun team to watch.
Oh, if they're healthy, they'll be entertaining. There's no doubt. It's just...
if like someone's got a ticket for a Hawks Pens game this year, I'm going. Like bet your ass, I'm gonna go watch Erik Karlsson, Crosby, Malkin, and Letang run the power play, and then do dick all the rest of the game. Absolutely, I'll be there.
What do you mean Lars Ellers won't put up 50 points?
Again, interesting, like solid depth. I actually quite like the depth on forward, but just like you couldn't have said it better, Dylan. You're not gonna get 82 games out of those guys like ever again.
Gensel's already hurt. Like he's missing time to start the season. We'll see what this team's gonna be like. Already missing one of their best players. So I don't know, man. And I'm just banking on other teams in the Metro that stay healthy. Like everyone gives them crap. The Rangers stay relatively healthy most of the year.
No, that's a good team. I mean,
even when they get hurt, the Islanders hang around. Like the Hurricanes are deep as shit. Like the Devils are deep as shit. Like I don't know, man. It's just a competitive division. Plus, you got the Atlantic, where I think the only team that's going to legitimately regress is Boston, and that's going to get.
And they might regress to like a wild card because they were historically good.
Guys, they got new jerseys though. They got new jerseys and new logo. It's okay.
You know who else got new jerseys and a new logo? Arizona, who's actively tanking in the NFL.
Wait,
usually.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the NHL.
No,
new jerseys. So they go to those purple ones. I want them to wear those purple ones like all year.
No, it's just my favorite thing when a roster's going through turmoil like that. It's like, let's just throw new jerseys on there. No one will notice that they're bad.
It's like the meme of like the flex it where it's just like something's leaking. It's just like bad team, new jersey, new uniform, new colors.
Pretty much.
New logo.
Guys, pretty colors. Oh, okay.
Where's Patrice Bergeron? Guys, New Jersey. Get excited.
Look at the new shaded yellow we put in there. And
guys, we might be in another Winter Classic.
You
know. Who are they, the Blackhawks?
Dude, they got more than the Blackhawks. That's the funny part now. Like, no one cares, though, because it's Boston.
No one's ever cared about Boston sports.
Let's see.
No one's ever cared about Boston sports. That's why they're such underdogs. Because no one, like, they never win, right, Pierce?
Yeah,
they just never win.
We just want something good to happen to them.
I can't believe it. Oh my god.
No, they haven't won like 10 championships in my lifetime or something like
Pierce, they haven't won a title in 5 years.
That's like more than 4.
That's so long. Kids are going to go to kindergarten and not know what a parade's like.
You mean, not only does my kid have to grow up in COVID, now he has to grow up with not knowing a Boston sports team winning? Ugh, I'm so over it right now.
This is why I'm voting
Biden's
for Trump.
America with no Boston
This is Biden's America.
Dude, me 3 days Biden America and no Boston championship. I am struggling.
3 days.
Okay, no, these Cardinals jerseys
notice
are kind of
how the Red Sox championship drought ended when Bush took office. Checkmate liberals.
Bro, the Cardinals want to be the 49ers so bad, though. The more I look at these. They think they're Alabama.
They're clean on the field, though.
I love like the dedication to the full color, and I think the Cardinals jerseys before that looked like NHL practice Reebok jerseys, and that's not a good thing. But this just looks like the Alabama 49ers. Huh. Any fucking ways.
You know what makes me laugh? One last thing about the Carlson trade that makes me laugh. Like the Sharks and the Avs, or I guess the Sharks and the Sens, are the reason why every first round pick that gets traded now is top 10 protected. Yeah. Unless you're Seth Jones.
I was going to say, certainly that man, and every team has done that since 2018.
Listen, all right, like
this was supposed to be funny. It made me laugh, not cry.
Well, no, I don't like this game. I wanted to laugh.
They traded the 3rd overall pick for Carlson originally, and now when they trade him away, they can't even get like a top 10 pick. It's just tough, dude. At least they got they had a good draft, but like, damn, dude.
Well, in the end of the day, or at the end of the day, San Jose really only got a first, right?
Yeah.
And
they didn't get any prospects. Oh, but they got Mike Hoffman.
Woo! And they got Mikhail Granlund and Jan Ruda. Yay.
It's a good thing. At least Mike Hoffman isn't got a super cancerous history in locker rooms. They'll be okay.
I don't even know what we're gonna call the thing for Celebrini, but like that's what's going on there. It's them in Philly, right?
Slackin for Macklin.
Slackin for Macklin. There it fucking is. That's the name of the podcast. Holy smokes.
But enough about the black.
Play like weenies for Celebrini.
And ladies. Wait, what'd you say?
No, we're diving for
weenies
Ivan.
for Celebrini.
Suck weenies for Celebrini. Let's go.
Oh, I'm gonna play like weenies, but yeah, that's.
Oh, I know you said suck like.
Hey man, whatever you want. Like it's 2023. You want to suck weenies for Celebrini? That's your like.
To each their own.
To each their own. Nah, we're diving for the Blackhawks are diving for Ivan. We're chilling.
Explicit podcast.
We gotta go through the hits. The best one still is fail for Nail.
Back of the pack for Jack.
I just like when teams played and it was the jack off. That was really funny, guys. I think that was funny because they made a good jack off joke. That was really funny, guys.
I'm trying to think of the other one.
Sorry, Dylan. I mean, remember when teams that were like not by McDavid yet would play, and it was the jack off.
The jack off. I don't remember that, but that's really funny.
Wasn't that like when Arizona and Edmonton played, and like they were trying to both
The
lose
jack off.
the jack off,
What a match.
or Buffalo and Edmonton, whatever it was, the teams that were taking that year.
I vividly remember it was Edmonton and Toronto playing each other, and Steve Dangle named it the jack off, and then people ran with that. That's when Morgan Riley scored a super sick goal. So, clearly they won the first overall pick that year with all the good vibes.
Well, yeah, they got Magic Mitchie Marner out of it, and he got married. Magic Mitchie Marner got married. Yeah. That's
Congrats on the sex.
That's alliteration for you there, folks. And sex. Yeah.
Mitch Marner. It's a guy.
Let's talk about his teammate getting an extension.
Yeah. Austin Matthews.
Cool.
4 years. 53 million per. Not per. Over 4 years. 13.25 per.
A lot of feelings.
What are you feeling right now?
You signed. I mean, you keep your best player. Probably the best player your franchise has ever fucking seen. You keep him for the next 4 years.
He is the best player in that franchise history.
It's not even
That's
close.
been 110 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well over 100.
You re-signed your franchise's best player. You can never go wrong doing that when it's at about market value as well. 13.5. In a year or two, you could have gotten way fucking more. So great. You got him, the next 4 years with that money. Obviously, the conversation then shifts to what's happening with Nylander next year. And I'm just kind of...
And Magic Mitchie Marner.
Yeah, I'm just kind of having to accept that Nylander's definitely not re-signing. There's just no way. Like, you can't afford him. You can't. And I don't think anything you do to make your team afford him is going to be a smart move. I don't think there's any good reason to trade Tavares. Yes, he's paid quite a lot, but he plays that money. Yeah, and
doesn't he have a no movement clause anyways?
He's like the one guy that's not getting moved on this team.
Well, and when we talked about Marner, he's not fucking going anywhere. That's Matthews' best friend. Like that guy is not going anywhere. And I don't like that because I feel that he is the best tradable piece aside from his clause.
If they were going to do it, it would have been before July 1st Canada Day.
Yep. And they didn't. So
trade Nylander before he walks. But don't feel bad because he's not worth 10 mil. So
yeah, I'd give him 9. And
there's 5 wingers in this league I'm giving more than 10 mil right now, and he's not one of them.
Yeah,
one of them's on his team. He's not one of them.
He's gone. Like, can we Nylander will not be a Maple Leaf next July 1st.
I mean, yeah.
No, he won't.
That's the bad. The good is obvious, but kind of reconciling with that fact, and it's unfortunate. I don't think there's anybody in the near future that can replace what he does. Not even close. And that's when the future starts to get a little foggy. So yeah, that's
what do you mean? David
Camp
Kamp's got the same number of years that Austin Matthews did.
Dylan, I wouldn't even be against moving him.
No, you have to move him. That's the only way
moving who? Moving who?
Nylander.
William Nylander. You have to move him. You have to move him for someone with control. Like, that's the only dead ass. I'd be on the phone with Winnipeg right now because they want to move players for roster players. They'll pay Nylander a fat bag. Go get Ehlers. Go get someone that has 3 years of control at 6 mil. That's what they really need right now.
I fucking hate it, but
get Cole Perfetti.
I was gonna say that, but I feel like maybe that's asking too much. Would it be?
No. William Nylander's coming off a 40 and 40 year. You can ask for whatever you want, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just trying not to get on the Leafs high horse. You feel me?
But the thing is, you got to do the Kachuk route though. You got to do a sign and trade. It's the only way you're going to get the most value. So,
yep.
Maybe the Kraken. I don't know.
Ooh, I like that a lot. A lot. Oh, I want to see Everly, Beniers, and Willie Nee. Yeah, fuck me up. Fuck me up.
I don't know, but they got it. Brad Treliving's job's not getting easier. He's gonna have to get creative, like sooner than later, because the longer he waits, the less value Nylander's gonna hold.
You can't sit on that seat because it is burning hot right now.
You know what would really have fucking helped? Not signing John Klingberg to $4.15 million.
I mean, that money, it's 1 year.
It's
They're
1
fine.
year.
I know. I'm just why?
Even if he stinks, like it's 1 year, you can eat it. It's like Cody Ceci.
Yeah, you're right. I just feel weird having Goodwill Eric Carlson for $4 million. Like, I'm not saying that like $4 million is gonna save him, but like you're in a situation where you're literally over the cap by what, like the maximum allowed amount, if not like this close to it.
Oh, I have the page pulled up.
Why?
13 minus $13.256 million.
But they're gonna get Murray on LTIR. They're gonna get Muzzin on.
Isn't
LTIR.
Murray out the season too?
Yes.
Yeah, Muzzin
he
too.
So they're like $4 million over.
Yeah, they already have 10 million on LTIR right there, and they'll figure out some bullshit before the season starts.
Yeah, you know what they could have figured out? Not signing John Klingberg $4.15 million. But,
okay, I don't even blame them for doing that, because are you telling me you're going to play Connor Timmins 82 games then?
Like, yeah, fuck it, sure. John Klingberg can't do shit in his own end.
Come on, man. I don't know. Dude, you got to have an actual...
Have no fear. They did sign Simon Benoit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Ben Harper light, I say.
I've never seen Klingberg
transition and join the rush as an insurance piece. Yes.
I'm so serious. So the more I look at this team, the more I think Nylander's getting traded before like opening night, because like they will not be cap compliant if they don't. So
nope.
They got to make a move. That's for.
I mean, I guess you could like waive Lafferty. That gives you a little bit, and then. No. I mean, like fuck, dude. Like David can't. Bertuzzi's making 5.5. What the? Okay. For a year. Never mind. I'm just like looking at all their deals, and it's just I don't even know what you're gonna do. Like, you gotta get someone of value for Nylander, and they gotta be young, and they have to have control, and that's not easy to find. So I don't envy his position whatsoever. I mean, you could call Calgary; they got players, but you gotta extend them.
Rasmus Anderson.
He wants to be captain. He just said he wants to be captain today.
Yep. Too late. You're going to Tirana.
Dion Phaneuf all over again.
Yeah. That worked out great. Am I right?
Let's try it again. It didn't work for them, but it
it might just work for us. Yeah.
If only you had the cost control that the Tampa Bay Lightning do.
Are we gonna get into it? What I think?
Oh, we are. We are.
Hell yeah.
Because
how about our boy? Let's go, Brandon Hagel.
That is a new one. That's a new one.
God damn it! Got the bag.
Yeah, he did. How about this guy?
How about this guy? He's getting more than Anthony Cirelli. How about this guy?
Okay, got his bag and then met Dylan's parents the fucking same day.
You want to talk about that? You want to talk about it on the podcast?
I mean, I wasn't there.
Did they get insider information?
No, I don't even think they talked to him. They just waited. Saw him at a restaurant at dinner. But like, apparently my mom saw him first. But he was with like his buddies.
That's pretty sweet, honestly. Just like his pretty friggin' sweet contract. So Brandon Hagel originally got drafted by the Buffalo Sabres in 2016. Did not sign. Signed as with the Blackhawks as a free agent.
Oh, I want to add a little salt to somebody's wound. He actually tried out with the Montreal Canadiens the year before he signed.
Hey, that is right.
They let him go. Yeah, there's a little headshot. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was that same season. Like, I'm pretty sure the Blackhawks signed him right after. Worked his way through Rockford. Hell yeah, the Rockford Ice Hogs.
Ice Hogs, baby.
The Ice Hogs. So, he played his first game. Do you remember the game? It was March 11th, 2020, right before the world shut down. It was that game against the Sharks where the Blackhawks won 6-2. Nicholas Beaudin made his NHL debut. Remember that? And Brandon Hagel also made his debut in that game.
Mm-hmm.
He continued to play well, played well in the shortened season, got a nice 3-year contract. That might be the weirdest part of this to me. I remember Brandon Hagel signing that contract. It was 2 years ago. And I'm like, you know what? That was a nice, tidy piece of business. And then less than a year later, he is traded to the Tampa Bay Lightning, goes to a Stanley Cup final, and is just on a great team, maybe the best team of the Cap era. And now he has a pretty freaking sweet contract, $52 million over 8 years. And looking back at that trade, just a great win-win for both trades. I say this a lot, but I feel with trades in hockey and sports in general, who won this trade? Who lost this trade? I think this Brent Hagel 2 first. We'll see what happens with Shinkachuk, but that alone. And now you see one of the first-round picks becoming Oliver Moore. It's pretty good, pretty fair trade for both sides, I'd say. And good, friggin' awesome for Brent Hagel.
Sweet.
Yeah, Brent Hagel, 8 years, all of his prime locked up, and he's making pretty good. I don't think he's over. I think that's just a fair contract. And again, hopefully with the cap going up, Tampa Bay will still be competitive. Just a great all around for both sides.
Yeah, it didn't even mention that he almost had 65 points last year too.
What he was 30 and 30 last year, or
30 goals, 34
He was doing that with
and he was point a game in the playoffs.
Is Blake Coleman all over again?
Yeah, except they kept him because he's not 30 like Coleman was. So good looks by Tampa for sure. I mean, they just continue to make good moves. Stamkos is next.
Change stick flex, so we got to talk about that and ask him about his brother and get really awkward answers.
No.
No.
Wait, Connor Sheary got 3 years? What the? Okay.
Did he?
Yeah, apparently.
Pardon me?
What the heck? I thought it was 1 year. He got 3 years and
I thought it was trade. 1 year too.
Is he a Duck?
Whoa. He's a Bolt.
No, he's a Tampa Bay Lightning. He's the most Tampa Bay Lightning player ever.
Damn. I thought it was.
Oh yeah, because now he's back. He's back where his idol.
Marty St. Louis, the guy you met once.
Martin St. Louis played hockey. Yeah, wow. The old generation and the new are finally connecting. How beautiful.
Yeah, he got a no trade clause too.
Oh wow.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
He is an elite player in his own right, don't you know? Hey, look at that. I didn't even know that. Tyler Janot signed for 2 years, 2.665.
Yeah, because he was going to get 8 before, but he's overpaid because he had a broken hip for the whole last bit of last year. Or whatever.
Also on Tampa Bay.
I'd like to point out that I called that like 2 years ago.
I saw that.
We're getting Hagel. No, you're getting DeHaan. Why not both?
And speaking of former Blackhawks, Brent Seabrook has 1 year left.
Dude, still kicking.
That contract is
over.
Nah, that's honestly great though, because I kind of want a 7-7 retirement for the Hawks with him and Chelios.
Oh,
you can't do one or the other. You got to do both.
Oh, so, you got to do both at the same time.
And Chelios deserves his number retired, for being honest. The stuff he does off ice with the community and stuff, it should be. But enough about that organization. But enough about the Blackhawks.
What team is talkable about with words out of our mouth?
You want to know? Hey, okay. What do you think about Sheldon Keefe getting extended?
Smart move.
It's just kind of like, yeah, sure.
Who's better than him right now on the market?
No, there's nobody out there to get. That's why it's just kind of a like.
Mike Babcock. Oh wait, he's in Columbus.
Cheers.
There's one name, and if he got signed by Toronto, I think the city would burn. So,
I would burn myself before it.
But that would be the only guy you would fire him for. And I don't think they're going to do that. So
no, there's nobody out there. Bruce Boudreau isn't really. I think he said he wants it, but if you're a team and you look at Bruce Boudreau, you see what do the Leafs want to be? They'd like to stop. If he does get hired,
he's probably an assistant and not a.
Right. I've been wanting to bring him as an assistant for quite a while. I would love that, but they don't seem to have interest in that, so that has not happened. It probably will not happen.
He doesn't have interest in it.
No, I think he said himself, he's like, I'd love to do it. I'd love to coach in Toronto. He openly has said he wants to do it. He's basically told them, fucking hire me through the media, but just they don't.
Media!
Yeah, he's pulling Aaron Ferris on his own. One-man show.
Here's my whole thing. he has 100 more wins than losses in the regular season. Like, yeah, playoffs are playoffs, whatever. You have to
Nice
win
to
in the
get
regular
there.
season to get to the playoffs. And until I see a coach that is available on the market that is going to put up better numbers, which is very difficult to ask of, that would have to mean that like Bruce Cassidy's on the market again, which isn't happening because he just won a cup.
Oh, no in Vegas. If things go south this season.
Sure.
Am I
Hey,
wrong,
Pete
though?
Bower
Am I
is going to be out there in a
wrong?
year. Who cares?
I don't know, man. I think it's the move you have to do. It makes no sense. If they get bounced, I guess if they get bounced to the first round next year, you could fire him and it won't be too hurtful to like the sponsors or whatever, because they were still complaining about Babcock, which I think is another reason why he's not getting fired, because they don't want to pay two coaches.
Yeah, they're still paying Babcock.
Yeah. It's a lot more that goes into this than just like, oh, this guy lost in the second round.
Sure this
Yeah,
is
we've
the
got a lot
last
of business
year.
going on.
It might have already been the last year paying Mike Babcock, honestly. I don't remember.
It probably was. That's probably why he got the job.
Because he signed in 2015. It was 8 years. Yeah, no, it would have been no, they're not paying Babcock. That makes sense.
That's why he went to
piece
Columbus, because he was getting paid before that. Like, no reason to go coach somewhere
That
if they're going to pay
makes
my
sense.
bills.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're Torts. He just says fuck it and I'll go.
He does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Gotta respect the chaos.
Facts. And then you have just the scum of the earth getting second chances and Bill Peters, and he gets to coach kids, which
that's the guy I want.
That's great. So that's who I want coaching my 16-year-olds.
So Kent Johnson, who would you say the 5 hardest working players are in your team this year? Can't wait for it. He
wouldn't ask that to Kent Johnson. He's not good enough.
Fuck Bill Peters. Moving on.
Yeah, I don't know, like, what else we can really say there. Like, I just find it funny how I've been away from the sport for 4 years. Because when it came to light, what he did to Kim Elliott, which he still hasn't apologized to him for. He said he stepped away from the game of hockey for 4 years, which is a lie, because he went to go coach
the KHL.
where he got fired.
Because he's bad.
Yeah,
and then he came back to the
NHL.
NHL.
He's a horrible human being.
Like
There's
this.
no justification to hire him. He's a horrible coach. 199 wins in like 440 games.
He doesn't win. Like,
no, he sucks. On both ends of things. Double offensive.
Dead ass. Even like the best of the best that are like assholes. And I'm thinking Torts and Mike Keenan, they have a shelf life. This guy's an asshole and he sucks. Like there's no
justification.
No justification. Like Lethbridge, what are you doing? Oh my gosh.
God, I hope he just gets booed every game until they force their hand.
I was gonna say, where did he go to?
Lethbridge Hurricanes.
Boo, fucking boo.
Yeah, Dylan Cousins has got to be real happy his alma mater's doing that right now. Anyways, feel bad for those kids. I'll leave it at that. Hopefully the organization lightens up when they're losing games.
Yeah, realize
morale is low.
So before our last segment, we got a little some thoughts to pass on to a couple of late souls.
Yeah, in memoriam. Rest in peace.
The longtime announcer of the Buffalo Sabres, who retired last season. I'm sure anybody listening to this knows who he is and his goal calls.
If you don't,
I'm already getting goosebumps talking about it. He is the man. Really, like, I don't know what else to say besides what an incredible announcer, what a voice, what a personality, and just rest in peace.
You know how you're a good announcer when you're such a and I mean this in the best way. He was a homer for the Sabres, but he most importantly was a fan of the game of hockey. I've never heard anyone say a bad thing about Rick Jeanneret.
Hold up, let me pull up some Rick Jeanneret calls here.
No, I already got one. Listen.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Look at you all prepared, Mr. Host.
I know.
The left one, Kane, he gets tripped up, gets it to May, and over the line. He's May going in on goal. He
Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps. Wow.
Also,
Dominic
fun fact.
Hasek was the goalie. I wonder how they got him.
Speaking of the team that traded Hasek to him, I'm pretty sure we were the last game he called, which was at the end of last year when they lost 3-2 in overtime.
I remember that.
Casey Middlestat scored on Colin Delia to end the game 3-2 in overtime.
Was it Colin D? Yeah.
And his big old red pads. That's why I can't forget it.
That's
pretty sure Strom and Kubalik scored in that game too. So
Sounds about right.
Sums up that season. But yeah, so I just thought that was interesting that we got to hear his final call basically. But
yeah. It's one of those games you're like totally fine losing. Rick Jernett needs to get his last goal call.
It's the end of the year. Like we got nothing to play for.
I think the Sabres did really, but it created an iconic moment.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up, I got one to pull up. You guys do your thing, because
it would have been nice for them to get one more playoff run, but
yeah,
they'll do it for him now. Not.
It's
gonna be for Rick this year.
Yeah, they haven't. Oh, is that Brian Campbell just killing RJ Umberger?
Can you guys hear well?
Yeah. That's Brian Campbell hitting RJ Umberger, right? That's one of the craziest hits.
No, it's taking too long. There we go. It was Matthew Barnaby absolutely unloading on Garth Snow?
Hell yeah, former New York Islanders general manager Garth Snow to you.
That's the same Snow. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I just.
What, did you just think there was two Garth Snows?
Maybe. I don't know what I was thinking.
Perhaps. Buffalo Sabres were those like mid 2000 like post lockout Buffalo Sabres had some good freeing teams and they couldn't even make it to a Stanley Cup final. They were so close. They took the Carolina Hurricanes to 7, I think, in 2006. They lost to the Ottawa Senators, the Danny Heatley Ottawa Senators in 2007, and then they just they lost players and they've never really gotten back. But they're on the rise now.
Yeah, they'll be fun to watch this year for sure.
I think they're the trendy team now. They're the team to watch. Them and the Devils, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They're just
all about the youth movement.
Mm-hmm. Like they got their guys locked in. I don't think Dahlin is signed. I'm saying with Power, but I think they'll get both that done. They have Thompson locked in. They have Cousins locked in. I think Tuck is locked. Like Skinner's obviously locked in. Like they got their guys, and they still have players coming through the system. Like the Devils and the Sabres are the rare example of a team. Maybe not the Sabres like built to win a cup. I think the Devils are closer to that, but like they can make the playoffs, maybe win a round or two, and they just still have a ridiculously stacked prospect core, which is cool to see in the case of Buffalo because even as recent as like a couple of years ago, we were really hard on the Sabres and rightfully so because it just felt like they were spinning their tires in the mud. I remember the whole Taylor Hall thing, and just it's good to see them on the rise again, finally.
I got one last call. Shouldn't take forever like the last one. This was from 2006 playoffs. This was Jason Pominville's OT winner to knock out the Ottawa Senators 4-1.
Oh, surely you would hate that being such a big Senators fan. Am I right?
Oh, just the worst. Just the worst.
I bet that was just a big gut punch to you.
And
Seeing your Ottawa Senators go down.
This is probably the best Rick Jurnak call.
And third out to center ice to Pominville. Pominville into Ottawa territory. Pominville goes around Albertson, cuts in front, scores! Jason Pominville, short-handed. Oh, now do you believe? Now do you believe? These guys are good, scary good.
That's awesome.
Either Carolina or New Jersey.
So that was the second round. Was the goalie for Ottawa Ray Emery?
Yes.
Did he score on Ray Emery? Wow.
Mhm. He did, yeah.
That's how long ago that was.
Yeah. And a little in this little memoriam section, Rodion Amirov lost his battle with, I believe it was brain cancer. Diagnosed, I believe, was it last season or the season before? I think it would've been
Last season.
Yeah. I don't really have much to add. Or much to
It's
say.
fucking horrible. He's younger than all of us. It's so
Yeah.
unfair sometimes.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Condolences to his family. Just an awful situation.
And apparently, like everyone said,
Fly high,
the entire
Rodion.
way through, he was very he was hopeful, but he was very level-headed. You know, he just kind of he was at peace at where he was, and I think that, hearing that, just it makes you feel, at least helps you sleep a little bit better knowing that, just that, something that horrible can
Hug
happen.
your loved ones. This life
Yeah.
is so fragile sometimes.
Yeah.
Be thankful for every day.
So rest in peace, Rick Jurnak, and rest in peace, Rodion Amirov. Let's move on to something a little more lighthearted, shall we?
So I've been watching a lot of Smosh recently, ever since Anthony came back, and I've just been doing a deep dive on their channel, and there's so much good content. I'm catching up on. I'm dude, I have years of stuff to catch up on because I really hadn't watched them in forever, but now I'm drawn into not only Ian and Anthony. It's great that they're back, but I've really grown to love the rest of the cast members. One of the things they do is Reddit stories. So they'll go on to Reddit and they'll look up one of them, which is what we're doing today, is called Am I the Asshole? Where basically there's a situation where you explain everything. It's a bit of a dilemma, and people in the comments decide whether you are an asshole. And then in that case, that'll be us. So we're gonna do that. I wanna try to do it more because
I think I'm the asshole. I'm really sorry.
Well, you know what? You should put that on Reddit and let them know that you are the asshole.
All right, Pierce.
Okay.
Start us
Am I
off.
the asshole for refusing to repaint my niece's nursery? Back when my sister was pregnant with her daughter, she asked me if I would paint the nursery for her. She wanted this really detailed job done and wanted her daughter's name, Melody, painted on the wall. I wasn't sure about it because my sister is known to take advantage of me being her older brother. But I ultimately agreed because I figured I would just set boundaries. She was impossible to work with, push my boundaries, and I was working on it a lot longer than intended because of how much she wanted done and how detailed she was about everything. It took 2 weeks of me doing a few hours every day for her to be okay with it. I told her I was done and she said she needs to find someone else for the next kid if she has one. My niece was born a week ago, and my sister changed her mind about the name because she said it was too similar to my daughter's name. So she decided on the name Birdie for her daughter. Cool.
Wait,
She
no.
told-
First off, she's the asshole to her kid for naming her Birdie.
Yeah.
Go on.
I've heard of a couple kids named Birdie.
Honestly, they should have just gone all out and named him Birdo, like from Mario. That'd be cool.
Come down
She
for dinner,
told-
dry bones.
Oh my god. Fucking Koopa Troopa coming out here. Yeah.
You're late for school.
She told me I'd need to fix the name in the nursery, and I told her no, she'll have to find someone else to fix the name in the nursery because I won't be doing that again. She said it will look off if done by someone else, and I told her it was not my problem. She yelled at me. Then she tried to get my wife to change my mind. My wife told her where to go and said she had taken up so much of my time on the nursery anyway that she was rude to demand more. I was pissed when my sister went to my wife behind my back. I was so damn proud of my wife for not letting my sister make those demands. My sister told me I'm being a dick and her daughter doesn't deserve me to be pity over our issues. Am I the asshole?
No. I just think I think your sister has really bad communication issues. That's terrible.
I think this is
And that's always like the main thing with these is like the communication. Like situations can be messed up, but how you talk to someone or lack of don't talk to someone, how you treat someone, like view someone, a lot of the times they'll be like, oh, they're an object. Like I get them to do this. They're not my actually my brother that has feelings and stuff. No, they're the object for me to direct them to do that. And
what's means to an end, And I think like right off the bat, he talks about how she does take advantage of his kindness, and like right off the bat, like it's like okay, yeah, like this is what we have. We have one person that does not know how to ask for things kindly and does not know boundaries well, and someone who is trying to set boundaries, which is very fucking important. So I wouldn't say so, personally.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say the worst victim in all of this is the daughter being named Birdie. Melody is a fine name. I had a friend named Melody. It's a great name. But you rename her to Birdie because the names are too similar of your daughter to mine.
Like that's a whole nother problem in itself. I don't know.
Why did you name her Melody in the first place?
From the beginning of all this, like the guy told you, I'm not comfortable doing this much for the nursery. Just go hire someone at that point. That way you can fulfill your asks without being a dick to your sibling. I don't know, man. She's the asshole on that one. Sorry.
Absolutely. Let's read some of the replies. Not the asshole. Take your wife out to dinner. Have fun.
Yeah.
And if this is any indication of how OP's sister will be as a parent, then I pity her daughter. I already pity her daughter being named Birdie. I think it would be a cute nickname for Beatrice or something, but as a legal first name, oof.
Hold up, whoa, rewind. How did they say Birdie's bad, but it's a cute nickname for Beatrice?
Because, like, why would you want to? I don't know.
You don't name your actual kid Birdie.
Hell now. Why are we going deeper? Anyway, sorry, Peter. Come on.
All right. Let's see if I can find any more replies. There's just a big. Yeah.
This says poor communication all around. That's terrible.
Okay. Not the asshole. Measure twice, caught once. Never thought it should apply to naming a kid and getting personalized painting. Your sister is rude, inconsiderate, entitled. We all know where this would end up if you were not family. To finish with another saying, you can pick your friends, but not your family. In this case, you picked a good friend who is now your wife, and unfortunately, you're stuck with your sister.
Pretty much. Nailed it on the head with that one. Some of these are so unhinged, though. Like, this one was pretty tame.
Yeah, I want to start off.
Some of these are.
I feel like I'm listening to a friend talk about some shit they dealt with. Like,
yeah.
We'll find it.
There is psychopathic. Like, we would have to put a trigger warning for something. Because I was
shout out Smosh Pit because those videos are insane. Like, they're so.
The one they put out where they were talking about this like guy with his girlfriend. He wanted her to lose weight, so what he would do is put sawdust in her food. And I just hear some of this stuff, and I'm like, it is crazy how many people are just psychopaths. And they think it's okay. They put it to the internet. Like,
to keep things modern and simple, all right, about enough people have seen The Boys. Take your situation, ask yourself if Homelander did this, would this be in character for him? Because what you just said is exactly some shit that Homelander.
They can't see that though. They can't. They're so.
Yeah,
most of these people
do that. Homelander, no, he wouldn't even do that to any of the girls. He would do that to A-Train. Put sawdust in it. You're getting too fat.
Yeah, Shake Shack.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That is a great way of putting it. If Homelander would do this. It's probably not a great thing.
Come on, like if you're going to Reddit to ask about these situations, the self-awareness is likely very low anyway.
Oh my god, dude, Rose, you don't even know. There's some of these where like people will go on the night of their wedding and post this shit. Which is like why I think some of it's fake, but like some of it is so fucking obscure, it has to be real. It has to be real.
I mean, like it's one of those things.
And the
where,
worst
like,
is when like
be fake shit, but like,
well, dude, there's like some where it's like, am I the ex? And it's like people cheating on people and shit. And then like the wife of the person who's getting cheated on finds it, and then like the whole thread becomes it.
The funny thing is
Just-
with most of the
they're
threads,
crazy.
it's like you'll read the fucked up like title of it. It'll be like, "Am I the asshole for killing my whole village?" And then you'll go into the thread. It's like the whole village was conspiring to kill me because like I'm the only woman and they're all men or so. And like you usually end up like not being like not the asshole to the person who said that. And then there'll be ones like, "Am I the asshole for teaching my daughter this lesson?" And it'll be like, and then it'll just go on to like it's crazy how some of these are. And like situations happen, dilemmas happen all the time in life where it seems like there's these situations where you don't have like, even if there's something good that comes out of it, something bad will also come out. Like there's no winning, like full winning. But ultimately at the end of the day, like how they think of other people, how they treat them, and like lack of communication skills, that's mainly telling of if you are the asshole or not. Like it's
just take a couple psychology courses each and start a self-help podcast. Be the
Fuck that. Just talk to more
the
people
millionth
and
white
understand that
people
your
to-
thoughts are terrible. Like, dude,
Oh,
you
so many
need
of them
to,
are
Rose, you just need to watch one of these videos because these people would like, they keep in mind, it's them talking about themselves in a situation where they are clearly in the fucking wrong. So they are trying to make themselves look as good as possible in this too. They're
I've
like,
seen a
I don't
couple of
understand
them.
how this could have went wrong. And he's like just clearly being a piece of shit.
and
to
then
his
the worst
girlfriend or
part
some
is
shit.
they'll like defend themselves in the comments and be like,
Oh my
I'm-
God,
I don't
so
need random
good.
I don't need random people on the internet telling me what
None
to
of you
do,
know
even
our
though-
relationship.
yeah,
I can't
yeah.
believe you would even say this. It's like,
Yeah.
dog.
I don't need people on the internet telling me what to do. Now I'm going to take my post.
It's not like I asked the
Respect
internet to tell me what to
privacy.
do in the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
place.
Respect my
Yeah.
privacy.
All right,
Oh,
Pierce,
dude,
hit us with something good. Pierce, come on now.
Dude, it just like it melts my brain sometimes watching those videos. And like the best, like, cause it's great because most of the people on like there's only been one time where I've watched that show on Smosh and like I've looked at the people on it and I'm just like, you guys are just as horrible as these people. But usually they're just like they immediately realize like this is fucked. Like this is just like Shane is like always the voice of reason. in
Yeah,
that.
he's like the he's always the one who reads them out. And
Is
he's
that
like
the
he's kind of
blonde
like,
guy?
I'm pretty sure he took psychology. Like he took like some kind of psychology course.
Is that the
You know, he's put
blonde
it
fella?
together. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he just looks like he's a chill motherfucker. Yeah,
He is. Really, all of them are. I like most
I
of them.
believe it.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
no,
yeah.
like there's so many. Like the Sawdust one is just one of the most like.
Yeah,
Oh.
Pierce, you threw
Dude,
out,
there's
like,
the one
most
where the
evil
boss is
fucking one.
recording her at work all the time
And
and,
she's
she
just
thinks
like,
it's normal.
I think
Like-
that's okay. Yeah.
There's one
Some
where
of this
like the
shit
guy
that,
was
like-
trying to get his girlfriend to like basically adopt his culture and then call
Mhm.
her a whore because she didn't. Like
Yeah.
it's just some crazy shit, bro.
And
You
I
know
don't
what's
and then the
amazing how,
one with
like we have this shit happening, a person going, I think it's normal that my boss records me, and yet if we even go in a Barbie movie and say, hey, patriarchy kind of stinks, and then everyone has a fucking hissy fit.
I
Yeah, it's,
I don't even have horses. Like this is bullshit. Like
I quit it once I found out it was about horses. It wasn't about horses anyways.
honestly, real.
I just have to say, because we haven't podcasted in so long, that might be the best comedic performance of the century so far in terms of just
Oh, Ryan
mainstream
Gosling.
comedies. He's ridiculously good.
I relate so much to him being blonde and Canadian and hot, honestly.
He's really depressing. No, I'm Knuff.
I gotta order that. I gotta find a way to get that sweater. I am Ken.
Nick has
Really
it.
do.
Does he?
Yeah.
He needs to send a
Good.
picture of it. That is so
He's like, I'm
awesome.
wearing it on Halloween. I was like, that's awesome.
Friggin' sweet, I say.
But yeah, we should
Alright.
we should read one of those at the end of each show because
Yeah, like that was pretty tame, but there are some like fun. I looked through them because I didn't want to start off with like a fucked up, because there's ones where it might like trigger one of us. Like it's very like some of them can get really twisted and
Yeah,
dark.
like
but
even
I
the
kinda,
fucking like the sawdust one is like Like, I can imagine that's triggering for a lot of people. I mean, just dealing with
Yeah,
body
like-
image, body dysmorphia. Gosh, just even little simple body image struggles. Ugh.
There's some that are like so dumb that they're funny though. Like there's one where like the guy was like, am I the asshole for helping my wife or asking my wife to help me cook dinner? And that's how it starts off. You're like, oh, that can't be that bad. His wife's got like fucking pneumonia, and he's bringing the cutting board to the to the bed, and he's like, can you cut this pepper for me? I'm like, dude, there's no fucking.
But no, he was like,
and the worst part is the wife helps like 3 times.
Yeah,
She's like, I can't do it anymore.
But that's
I'm so
what
tired.
we do. I don't.
No,
care.
this is like the same energy as that fucking picture of like Jesse Pinkman's house in the 2nd season, and they're like, men will literally live like this, and it's just a TV and a fucking in a chair and a mattress. And
Dude,
you
does
guys
it
are
make
white
you
in the
age,
other
man?
room,
How
fucking
little it takes to
playing
please
word.
us.
There's some that make you laugh. There's some that make you very upset, and there's some where that you just you can't help but shake your head. Like it's so bad.
There's ones that leave you speechless and like you want to have a panic attack.
Like I'll like it's one of those things I'll have on in the background while I'm doing stuff. But if it gets really good, I'll stop what I'm doing and watch, like just to see like the people on the show's reactions.
Usually that's the best part. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like when they have like Damien on or Courtney or oh my god, I'm forgetting his name right now, but he's so fucking funny when he's on it. I can't remember his name though. Oh my god, I gotta get a list of all the people on Smosh because it used to be like 5 people, now it's like 20.
Oh, I know. There's like 20. I'm like starting.
Whoa.
Jackie's gone now, which makes me sad. I found out she's not on it anymore, and I liked her reaction. She was great, but it's a funny show. It's really funny, and they got a couple other good ones on there, like Family Guy game.
Oh my, I was watching that at work, and I'm just dying because like they do. So they did the first one. It was like Family Guy Jenga, and they would take out the Jenga block, and there'd be like a question. It was just like, where are you on the freak scale? And then Courtney has lowest. She's like, oh, well, I'm a 7. And then fucking Ian S. Peter was just like, I don't know where I am on the scale, but I do know that the bird is the word. And it's just. Ian as Peter, I never knew I needed that.
I wish I understood Family Guy humor. So
it is so like Ian as Peter is so funny because like it isn't 100% perfect, but like it's almost like bad that it's funny. But like Damien does Stewie and Courtney does Lois, and it's like spot on. It's like it's not even like funny, like because it's so good, like it's so believable, and they had all their mannerisms down, and then they did another one on the main channel where they had the same people, but then they brought in Shane as Joe, and he was you gotta watch it. It's so good. Like I've just been going down the rabbit hole because I didn't watch them for like the longest time, and now I'm just like seeing all these series that they do. Like the Reddit ones are probably my favorite, mainly just because of the reactions to it and just hearing some of the most unhinged, like psychopathic shit that they do, and they do it.
Reminds us that there's an untapped market for a Family Guy musical.
Isn't it?
Don't want Family Guy on Broadway?
Family Guy on Ice? I think we need it. It'll replace Cirque du Soleil. Mm-hmm.
I've never been on ice skates before.
Lois, this reminds me of that one time we had a stag party on the ice.
No, I just remember that. I remember this time I was practicing with the Boston Bruins. Hey, Brand Marchand. Yeah, wait. Oh, that's just your nose sticking through. Yeah. Oh, wait. That's my Family Guy cutaway.
Hire him, Seth. Let him do it.
Yeah.
Let him cook.
But yeah, there's so many good series, and like that's all I've been doing. I'm like, as soon as I saw the Am I the Asshole thing, I'm like, I gotta read. we gotta make this a regular thing.
Yeah, we could read one a show for sure.
Yeah,
they're if you find a good one, like it'll grab you by the edge of the seat.
Oh, you can
for 20 minutes.
You can really you can go half an hour more for some of them
because they'll have updates too. So there was one they showed where it had 3 updates, and it's just like, oh my god! You like read the first one, it's like I want to know what happens next, and then there is an update, so you can't. I remember
there was one I was listening to yesterday where it was this guy. He was dating a girl, like he was in bed. They were having sex together, and then his professor walked in on him having sex. He thought it was his daughter, but he ended up finding out that was his wife.
And no, so here was the thing. No, it's so much more than that too. Because he had a final for this guy's class and he thought he for sure failed. And then he gets called in by academic like probation people or whatever. And he's like, I'm so fucked right now. Like, this is gonna be terrible. Walks in, it's his wife, it's the professor's wife, the professor looking like just in the dirt, like so guilty. And they ended up like making him pass the class and shit because they couldn't grade his test or whatever.
No.
He was like, oh, I'm so fucked. He's gonna fuck my test over. And he couldn't even grade it because he
got freaking cuckolded by a student.
literally like a school legend. Oh my gosh. Hilarious. Yeah, exactly, Rose. That's usually how they leave you. That's usually how they leave you. Just
yeah, you mentioned speechless. That's wow. I don't think I want to have relationships anymore. That's horrible.
Yeah, it's something.
Anyways,
it just makes me realize how sane I am. I'm gonna make a great husband one of these days. There's so many psychopaths out there, and they're casual about it. Like, am I an asshole?
The bar for men is like,
it's in the crust.
The bar for dating is in the floor.
You'll be fine. You will literally just be you, and you will be fine.
Yeah,
I am Kenough.
You are Kenough. You are Pearson.
Leave it on that
for sure.
We are all Kenough, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to end off the show. So we're doing our summer check-in. I've really been I'm honestly so excited for hockey to start again. I just feel like I needed a summer where I just shut my brain off completely to hockey and not even think about it, and I haven't. And that's probably the best thing I've done because I'm genuinely like excited for the season for the first time in a long time. Yeah, the Bengals. Yeah, they're doing football things. They're throwing balls. But yeah, like I'm.
Oh, you know it's football year, Dylan. I'm gonna be sending you like 10 texts every Bears
game. Oh
yeah,
dude, I don't give a shit.
Like clockwork.
And we ain't talking orange.
Oh.
Banger.
Oh, dome. But yeah, hockey season. It's like by the end of next month, it's gonna be training camp or like preseason. Like training camp's probably only a couple, 2-3 weeks away. And then, like, in less than a month and a half, it'll be the regular season. We'll get to see Connor Bedard play regular season games. Like, it's a genuinely exciting time because not only is it Bedard, but, like, Korchinski's probably going to get a chance to play, maybe if not right away, but, like, soon.
Oh, yeah.
Lucas Reichel's going to be on the team full time. Like, there's a good chance by the end of the year.
With Bedard.
Mm-hmm. Maybe by the end of the year, like, Frank Nazar signs from Michigan. We're going to see some of the young defensemen play besides Korchinski. Like, we're going to see more of Vlasic. We're going to see more of Kaiser. We're going to see more of Soderblom. Like, there's so much to look forward to.
Who swims?
Yeah. We're having, as the Joker said in The Dark Knight, we're having tryouts, except you don't die if you don't make it.
Except one was getting killed. Like
they might.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah. Should be fun.
Mm-hmm. Like I can't even remember the last season where I've gone into. I'm like, we're going up. Like there's something good that's gonna happen this year.
Sorry? I saw them dancing with my favorite ghosts. Oh yeah, jerking them off. Anyways.
You're like the Donald Trump video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was kind of but then you started jacking it with me, and I was like, I'm not gonna tell somebody no.
Were you jacking it in San Diego?
Yes.
Yes.
In San Diego, baby.
Let's end the show. Let's end the show. Thank you for tuning in. Give us a 5-star rating on your preferred podcast platform. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit that like button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos such as this to see our beautiful, gorgeous faces. And we shall talk again next time. Peace out, y'all.